Alright guys, I want to do another update video on the PPSh, the S&T PPSh of course. Now I've owned it for nearly 2 years now, just a couple months short of 2 years, and it's seen many tens of thousands of rounds. I've brought this gun to the field pretty much every time I've gone to the field, and I've either used it myself or had a friend use it as a loaner. So it's seen a lot of action. And in the last update video I had mentioned how nothing was wrong with it. It was still running 100%. Well, I did actually run into a bit of an issue more recently when I used it, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I just want to run over it real quick, let you see how it looks now. So it's kind of a testament to how much it's been used. There are a lot of, even BB marks on the thing. The bluing has worn down from when I refinished it, because people put their hands here, even though they're supposed to be back here. But anyways, there's a bit of a patina to the blue, and it's got some scratches and nicks on the stock, but it just looks nice, And I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no sticker there. That's because I actually did open up the gearbox finally. This is kind of a little thing, but it's kind of neat. Once you peel the sticker off, it leaves these little voids. I just thought that was interesting. I'd never seen that before. I'm sure a lot of Aries and other S&T guns have stickers like that, but it was just a little cool thing. But anyways, back to the problem. I'll include footage of it, at least so you can hear the problem. At first I thought it was the motor height. When I was playing with this thing, I pulled the trigger and it went squeal. I figured, well, because this thing is vibrating so much, that the motor height backed out, the screw loosened. So I quick tightened that thing down and went back to using it, and after a couple hundred rounds, same thing happened again. So I figured, well, it's loosened up now and I need to put some Loctite on it when I get home. So I stopped using it for the day, went home, did that, tightened it down, put some Loctite on it, and same thing happened again. It started squealing. So I had figured that the pinion gear stripped. Now, I actually took it apart, and the pinion gear was not what stripped. It was actually the bevel gear. It hadn't completely, or not completely, but pretty well ground down, and I'll include an image of that here. So that wore down pretty good. And so what I did was I just put a new bevel gear in, put in an XYT bevel gear in, just something simple, and it meshed perfectly well, and the thing works. So I put it back together, brought it to the field to have my friend use, and unfortunately we ran into one other small issue. The gun would not feed. The tappet plate moved back, but the air nozzle wouldn't. So I figured I had forgotten to put the air nozzle back into the tappet plate. So brought it home, took it apart, and the tappet plate was attached to the nozzle. The thing was that the air nozzle had broken. There's a little groove that the tappet plate fits into, and that had broken off on the air nozzle. Only on one side though. So I turned it around and put it in, and now it works perfectly fine. I am looking for a new air nozzle for this thing, so if any of you know what kind of air nozzle this gun takes, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise I'm just gonna try and maybe buy an Aries one or something like that. So a couple small little problems, but I mean, this thing has seen a lot of action. Get off of there. This thing has seen a lot of action. Almost 2 years of it, and I still stand by what I said originally. This is a great gun. It's a beautiful gun. I've not used any gun that is more fun than this. You know, the blowback is satisfying. It gives the gun a little kick, and it makes a lot of noise. It's pretty intimidating, to say the least. So, you know, if you just want something different, I still say go with the S&T PPSh. Some people have problems. They have lemons. It's a China-made gun. You know, what do you expect? Just have it repaired, and you'll have a really fun piece. Now, if you're well-rounded, you've been around the block with gearboxes, any little issue you'll have with this thing will be minimal. You know, you'll be able to fix it easily. If you do have a problem with this gun and you don't know what it is, let me know in the comments. You know, give me as much detail as you can on what the problem is. When you pull the trigger, does it make any noise? What did it sound like when it broke? Just give me as much information as you can, and I'll try to help you figure out what the problem is. I will be doing a disassembly video on this gun as soon as I get a new air nozzle to put in, and just because I don't think there are any gearbox disassembly videos. Maybe there are, but I sure wish I had seen one when I was taking the gearbox apart, because it's a little complex, but nothing too bad. So anyways, I still think this is a great gun. Only two little problems. The pinion gear had absolutely no damage on it. It was only the bevel gear that was damaged, which is honestly, in my opinion, kind of a good thing, because pinion gears are a lot harder to find replacements for, because you've got the half moon shaft or the whole shaft. I think this is a half moon shaft, or you know, they're just harder to find in stock. And bevel gears are everywhere. I mean, I have tons of spare bevel gears. You can get cheap gear sets real easy, and it just means that your pinion gear is gonna, you know, last a lot longer than the bevel gear will, which is really no big deal, I don't think. But anyways, everything else is still working just as is. I've never used it without the blowback. I always have the blowback on. So for those of you that, you know, cry themselves to sleep about electric blowback, just letting you know there's nothing wrong with electric blowback. It's the same thing as, you know, instead of using an M120 spring, you're using an M130 or somewhere in between, because you've got a little extra spring tension on the piston that pulls back each time. So there's really nothing scary about electric blowback. It's kind of like LiPo batteries, where everyone gets scared just because of the name. So anyways, that's about all I have for this video. I am going to be putting up some new reviews and things like that. I'm finally getting around to it, so if that interests you, stay tuned. And again, if you have any questions about this gun, just let me know in the comments. I'll entertain any serious comments, and I'll just delete stupid ones. So thank you for watching.